Hi, this is Rob Barnes. Today we're going to take a look at two annuity strategies to provide income for a retiree. Annuity arbitrage and split annuities. Let's look at our case design. Ingrid is a 65-year-old. She's ready to retire and she's looking to increase her income a little bit more than Social Security alone and some revenue from her other assets. So she has allocated $200,000 of her non-qualified assets to provide income. She did express some interest in concern for leaving a legacy to her kids and what would happen if she needs care someday. And so our first strategy to present to Ingrid is annuity arbitrage. We're essentially going to take the $200,000 and provide lifetime income, but we're also going to replace the assets that we're annuitizing or using towards the life insurance, which will replace the 200,000 when she passes. So the divide is 124,000 for the single premium immediate annuity. This provides lifetime income of 776 a month. Then we take the other $76,000 in premium and we buy a paid up $200,000 death benefit with a long-term care rider. So if she needs care later, she can draw tax-free from the death benefit, dollar for dollar, 8,000 a month until it's all gone. Whatever she doesn't use for care is going to be left for the kids. And of course, it can't do both at 200, but it could do some of both or all of either care or legacy for the kids. Now, since we're using non-qualified assets, there's an exclusion ratio. So 67% of that 776 is not going to be income taxable. So under the guise of it's not what you make that matters, it's what you keep, having an exclusion ratio and tax-free income has its advantages. So the other strategy here was Ingrid had mentioned she might want to leave something to charity someday, and we discussed that, the worst asset for her to die with, as far as her kids are concerned, is qualified money because it's fully income taxable. And if she were to leave some of the IRA to a charity, the life insurance death benefit essentially replaces that for the heirs. And so if she doesn't need care someday, decides to change the beneficiary for part of her IRA to a charity, she can then replace it by leaving the proceeds of the death benefit to the kids. Now, the other option, if she didn't have these legacy concerns and she needed more income, we could use a split annuity approach. And in this case, we're just taking the 200,000 in premium and we're dividing it between an immediate annuity, but a term only of 14 years. So the stage one of 140,000 will pay her $1,100 a month for the next 14 years. And again, a significant portion of that is not taxable until her full premium has been paid back to her. Then it becomes all taxable. And then we use a deferred income annuity for the other 60,000 a premium. And in year 15, that's going to give her a bump in income. So she'll start receiving $1,480 a month for the rest of her life in year 15. Now, again, once all the premium has been paid back, then she will have a fully taxable income down the road. Now, there's some options to look at on the second stage of this that we could do in a couple of different ways if she wanted these. And very simply is some people want to insure their insurance. And so if you wanted to add a return of premium rider to the stage two, what this means is if she were to die during the 15 before the income starts in year 15, if she were to die before then, the return of premium would give the $60,000 back to her heirs. But note the cost. We give up $165 a month over the next 14 years, and that's almost half of the 60,000 that you're trying to save. So adding insurance on top of insurance, in my opinion, is rarely worth the effort, but some people want to, so to speak, not lose the bet. the best thing for Ingrid to do is live a long, healthy life, and she will reap the rewards of mortality credits from having annuity income. Now, if she wanted more flexibility than a DIA, thinking she might want the income to start sooner than year 15, or maybe even defer it because she's taken income elsewhere, she could use an income rider annuity attached to an index deferred annuity, and this provides $257 a month less. So that's a lot of money to pay to have that flexibility. Again, this isn't her only assets, and she could utilize money elsewhere. But in this situation, if she wants to not be locked into a DIA and the flexibility to start income sooner or later, we can build that in. She'll take a little bit of increase in income still in the 15th year, but she could choose to have income sooner. If she does, that'll be lower. And if she decides to have it later from the index rider, she could have a higher income from where we're at. So this is just two ways to design lifetime income in retirement using annuities. By having a floor of reliable income, this helps Ingrid ride out the market ups and downs with less concern because she has the income she needs to spend along the way. Thank you and enjoy your day.